That's not where the cart goes.
It's where it goes when I leave it.
Oh, well.
You like it or not?
No, not F me.
Put it on my car, and I'll break your face.
You're too old to do that, sir. The point is...
I don't care about your point.
Why don't you want to have a polite... Why are you spitting on your own car?
You're gonna have a fucking
My problem is that you left your cart out.
I don't care.
But that's the whole point, is you should care about your fellow shopper.
I don't.
Why not? Did someone hurt you at some point in your life? Well, you are an a-hole. Sorry, sir. Wouldn't you hate it if you were sitting around?
What, why don't you make me take that car back?
No, see, that's my problem. That's not my problem. My mission. My mission.
Why don't you make me put that car back?
My mission is to help. You just asked me to. My mission is to help you find it within yourself to take the. Sir, this is my job, to help out society.
I'm telling you.
You fell for the fake out twice, sir. You fell for the fake out twice.
Now, some of you who are already familiar with what the cart narcs are probably already have a pretty strong opinion on what they do. You're in one of two camps. You love him or you hate him. I've never met anyone who's cart narcs neutral. But so a little more on what this is for those of you who don't already know. YouTuber Agent Sebastian, who's also a Southern Californian radio host, runs a YouTube channel named Cart Narcs, where he confronts shoppers who don't return their carts. He often places a magnet of shame on their car and insists they return their carts. For Cart Narcs viewers, you'll know that he often describes them as lazy bones. But sometimes the interactions get significantly worse than what you just saw in that last clip. Like this, for example.
Polite conversations. Use your word. Don't use your violence. That's not where the carts go, sir. Well, you should, because they want.
Shut your mouth, punk.
What does the sign say on the cart return? Please return carts here.
Yeah, and the cart's right there.
Now, sir. Well, as soon as you return your cart. Would you like a magnet instead?
Get the out of here, beat your ass.
Sir, no, you won't. Look at yourself.
Yourself.
Now, sir, they pay employees. I'm giving you another one.
That's right, I'm gonna kick your ass.
No, you weren't. How old are you, sir?
I'm sorry, he's so rude. So he's on what he considers to be a noble mission, and that mission got him a guest spot on the Dr. Phil show. Someone who's also a polarizing figure, so that he could explain his bit. And Dr. Phil apparently was not impressed.
I'm Agent Sebastian. I'm the founder of the Cart Narcs. Cart Narcs are an independent organization that tries to get people to just take their cart back to the cart return. That's not where the carts go, it's the mulch. When I do see that some lazy bones has left their cart out, I turn on the wand of justice and activate the mouth siren.
You don't know what people's day is. You don't know what their life is.
I don't know her day, Dr. Phil, but I do know that I saw her walk out to her truck, climb up in her truck and load her groceries, and then the second she didn't need her shopping cart, it's in the handicap access way, blocking the place that handicapped people need to go.
You say you're a trained agent?
Sure, that adds...
Who trained you?
Me. Hundreds of hours, and that adds to the whole silliness of it because these people flip out over this stuff.
What kind of agent are you?
An agent of the carts, of the Cart Narcs.
And you said somebody curbed their cart. You said this is a violation of what?
Of public decency.
So you might have noticed in the clip they showed on the Dr. Phil show that Sebastian is wearing a bulletproof vest. And he's wearing a bulletproof vest because on numerous occasions, the people that he's bugging to return their carts have pulled guns on him. And that has not deterred him from continuing to participate in this little gimmick. But regardless of what you think of the Cart Narcs, getting lectured on exploitation by public shaming by Dr. Phil of all people is extremely rich. And Dr. Phil's just angry that he's getting in on his grift. But so just to get a little more background on how this started, Sebastian went on the H3 podcast to explain how this all got started.
Well, no, this did come off of a sort of a bit idea, I work for a radio show here in LA.
Oh, okay.
And so I do a lot of stuff that I do a lot of on the street stuff or visiting actual locations. Because everybody's had this observation. You go back on Twitter for 10 years and people are pissed off about people leaving shopping carts, but I'm I'm sort of a guy who puts his hands in the pie, so to speak, gets his hands dirty. Yes, that's how it all started. It's like snowball from there.
Are you like a comedian or an entertainer? Do you see yourself as anything like that, or?
I mean, yeah, that is what I try to do, is put a comedic spin on things, with like the silly names I'm calling people and just the very over the top, ridiculous way I do things kind of helps highlight I'm being so silly and they're being so angry. So like, I think if I went out and like yelled at people and cussed at them, I wouldn't, the hero villain dichotomy wouldn't really be there.
Right.
Personally, I think if every store just used the Aldi method, that no one would have this problem. You have to put in a quarter to get your cart. You have to put the cart back to get the quarter back. It's an efficient method. But Jeff, cart narcs, polarizing. Where do you land on this issue?
Okay, so when I was a teenager, I did 2 different jobs where I had to go out and get carts. One was JCPenney Outlet, and one was Big Bear Plus. For the people who live in Columbus, let alone Ohio, they're probably like, oh my gosh, dude, how old are you? Big Bear Plus hasn't been a thing for decades. Never mind that. So I'm very much hey man, put your cart back. I'm not going to harass people to do it because cart narcs wears that vest for a reason. This is America. I don't want to get shot for that specific reason. But yes, people should put their carts back. Like, they need to do that. And I will give him some credit. When somebody says, I'm going to fight you or beat you up or shoot you, and he says, no, you're not, that is hilarious. Like, he's funny. That's entertainment right there.
Right. And he did point out that a lot of them are leaving their carts in the disability access way that's preventing, or they're just leaving them in the disabled parking spots. So people with disabilities are put at a disadvantage by this. So, I think he's doing some good, at least in his own mind, but he's fighting a battle that I myself wouldn't fight for the same reasons. I'm not going to get shot over a shopping cart.